Earlier this year, the college admission scandal rocked rich mums, dads, and celebrities everywhere. And now, 8 months after the news broke, some of the high-profile defendants and their families are just now starting to face consequences for their actions. Hey everyone, it's Sussan Mourad here with Clevver News, and although Lori Laughlin's daughters haven't been charged with any crimes regarding the USC bribery scandal, they're still saying that their mum's actions have ruined their lives. If you go to Lori's daughter Olivia Jade's YouTube channel, it looks like a bit of a ghost town. That's because Olivia Jade stopped making YouTube videos immediately after the news broke that her mum and 50 other super rich parents were being accused of bribing colleges into allowing their children in. Olivia posted her last video just 2 days before the charges against her mother came out. In the video New Season, New Clothes Try-On Haul, Olivia tries on a ton of new clothes that she picked up from Urban Outfitters. Since then, she's turned off all of her comments on every single video. And that was the last we'd heard from her on YouTube. And then we saw her doing a haul of a different kind, shopping at Ikea for new furniture after moving out of her mother's house. But now, as Lori's court date looms closer, we're hearing more from Olivia and her older sister Isabella about how they think their mum has ruined their lives. And to make it worse, both daughters will probably have to testify in court. Turns out they're apparently not mad that Aunt Becky committed the crime. Instead, they're mad that she refused to do the time. Lori rejected the plea deal that was offered to her when she pled not guilty in court to charges of bribery. But now she's facing additional charges of conspiracy to commit mail fraud and wire fraud, as well as money laundering. During her first court date, Lori showed up smiling and taking selfies with fans, seemingly not really understanding the direness of the situation that she was in. But now, her and her husband Massimo face up to 50 years in prison with these additional charges, which is a major difference from what Felicity Huffman was sentenced to after taking the plea deal. She and her husband, Shameless star William H. Macy, went about the charges completely differently. Felicity was apologetic from the very beginning, humbling herself in court by pleading guilty to the bribery charges and taking 100% of the blame herself, leaving her husband a free man with a clean record. But she was sentenced to just 14 days in prison. In the end, she ended up serving only 11 days, while also having time during her prison stay to have visitation with her family outside of the prison. She also got to pick what days she wanted to have her very brief prison stay and opted to have it at the end of October. Immediately after she was sentenced, Felicity released a statement again apologizing for her actions. She said, "I accept the court's decision today without any reservation. I have always been prepared to accept whatever punishment the judge imposed. I broke the law, I have admitted that, and I pleaded guilty to this crime. There are no excuses or justifications for my actions. Period." She continued by saying, "I would like to apologize again to my daughter, my husband, my family, and the educational community for my actions. And I especially want to apologize to the students who work very hard every day to get into college, and to their parents who make tremendous sacrifices supporting their children." After being released from prison, Felicity is to pay a $30,000 fine and to do 250 hours of community service with at-risk youth. So you can see just how differently Felicity played this than Lori and Massimo. And if you think Massimo sounds familiar, but can't quite put your finger on where you've seen the name before, it's because Massimo is the brand of, like, I don't know, all those clothes that your mum wants you to try on at Target. He's a fashion designer whose brand was bought out by Target's parent company years ago. And while that deal was lucrative, a chunk of that money might be going towards this matter because they might have to pay a fine of at least $1 million. But that's just pocket change compared to the toll this scandal has taken on their family. Lori had a bit of a falling out with her daughters, especially Olivia, who has since moved out of the house. They apparently had no idea that their mother was bribing their way into college by reportedly paying $500,000 to make it look like their daughters were rowing team recruits. That guaranteed their admission to the school on an athletics basis. And as I previously mentioned, Olivia and Isabella may actually have to take the stand and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. In layman's terms, she might have to testify in a court of law. According to a source, Lori is well aware of how the past 8 months have affected her kids and what going to trial might actually do to them. There's always a chance that she could accept a last-minute plea deal and end the whole thing, but it might be too late for that. On the other hand, some lawyers agree that she might have made the right move by pleading not guilty. That's because there's a valid argument that she could make about the conspiracy part of her charges. They say that a conspiracy insinuates a multi-level, well-planned-out scheme to common ends, but there was no third-party person involved to technically have it considered a conspiracy. Still, that case is a long shot, and it won't take away the interpersonal drama that has occurred in the family for the last 8 months. So for now, we'll just continue to await Lori's court date. In the meantime, I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Lori will serve time in jail, or do you think she'll get something like Felicity got? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And while you're down there leaving comments, so that we can keep you updated on this story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell to be notified the second we post a new Clevver News update about it. After that, catch up on all the tea you missed right over here. I'm Sussan Mourad. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.